we're starting the class with. But again, I think just a really nice calf here, or bull here, to finish second in this class.
Results from Class 49, 2-year-old bulls. Your first in First Kentucky goes to Cat Branscombe of Nancy, Kentucky with entry 5560, and second to Ann Patton Schubert of Taylorsville, Kentucky with entry 1570. As we get started with our Gelbvieh show this morning, we've got Class 1 cow-calf pairs. Would Clarabelle Bishop please make her way to the makeup ring with your junior heifer calf?
Well, here for this division, the young man's bull that won the first class just gets a little overpowered today, but I think just a real nice calf also. And we just talked about the two bulls in the second class. I think both of them are pretty powerful. For me, they're going to be your champion in reserve in this division.
Congratulations to your senior champion bull, Cat Branscombe of Nancy, Kentucky, with entry 5560, and your reserve senior champion bull goes to Ann Patton Schubert of Taylorsville, Kentucky, with entry 1570. We are now showing for grand champion Angus Bull.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be with you this morning as we start into your Gelbvieh show, and I think really intriguing pair as we get started out here. We got a 3-year-old female and a February bull calf on the side of her. I think what you have to appreciate is just the sheer wetness of the udder in this female. She's obviously getting the job done in terms of raising that calf on the side of her. Perhaps here's one we'd like to change the teat size, teat length in that gal just a little bit, but you have to appreciate the job she's doing. She's got some rib and body to her for one that's obviously nursing one that big and stout on the side of her. Bull calf's obviously doing a nice job, growing well, big hip rascal. It's got some power to him. Quality pair, guys. Congratulations.
Results from Class 1 cow-calf pair in the Gelbvieh show. First in First Kentucky goes to Magnum Farm of Manitou, Kentucky. They will also be your champion cow-calf pair. We're now showing As we get started with our Gelbvieh show this morning, I'll take a moment to introduce our judge, Mr. Terry Burks of Bowling Green, Kentucky. He's a retired professor of English studies from Chifeng University in China, and he also obtained his BS and MS degrees in animal science from Western Kentucky University. And Mr. Burks has judged over 1,200 shows in 43 states. So let's welcome Mr. Terry Burks to start our Gelbvieh show this morning. We're now showing Class 6 junior heifer calves with one entry.
Well, again, it's been a pleasure of mine to be able to come and evaluate your Angus here, and we certainly didn't lack quality in the bull show compared to the females. I thought the females were outstanding, and the bulls, we get them back out here. There's a lot of good kind out here, kind of Angus cattle, and I like them an awful lot. We're not going to talk about each one of them. Again, I'd like to thank the Kentucky Angus Association and the State Fair for inviting me to come and do this. It's been a pleasure of mine. With that being said, if you would, let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause. I think we've got some excellent bulls out here. There's a couple that come to the top relatively easy for me. It gets pretty close, but I think there's one that just so massive and so big built and so good footed and sound. I think that's going to be a winner for me, and the same with the reserve. It's been a pleasure of mine. I'll go select your champions.
Well, as we start into our younger female show, got a really nice junior calf out here. I think one that you just love the center body, and she is so big-middled and cowy shaped when you get on the underline of this gal. Love the big old hips she's got in her. I'd moderate her shoulder just a little bit, particularly as you come out of the backside of that neck and set that neck just a touch higher out of the apex of her shoulder. But that's a really, really nice one, gal. Congratulations.
And your grand champion bull at the 2024 Kentucky State Fair goes to Cat Branscombe of Nancy, Kentucky, with A.R. Horstman High Society, and he will also be your Kentucky grand champion. And your reserve grand champion Angus bull goes to Brianna Smith of Russell Springs, Kentucky, with SAF Slayer 3099. He will be your reserve Kentucky as well. Results from Class 6 in the Gelbvieh show. First Kentucky goes to Clarabelle Bishop of Cox's Creek, Kentucky.
Well, an interesting pair in this winter calf class out here, and I'll be honest with you, you'd change a couple of things about both these heifers, but I think both of them have some quality to them. Young lady's black heifer's one that just in terms of the middle third of her body, she's so much nicer in terms of how she opens up on her flank. She's deeper bodied, she's softer centered, and one that when you get behind her, tremendously stout made one. Now, set her in motion, and she just needs to be a little more comfortable in how she handles her pastern behind. But I think the angle of her shoulder is what really gets her around the female in second. The red heifer's one who's really straight-lined. I appreciate the attractiveness of that female in terms of just skeletal quality. She's one that is a little greener as she comes today. She doesn't have quite the bloom on her. She gets just a little harder in her rib, just a little shallower bodied for me. One that we perhaps would just, again, change that rear leg in her just a little bit as well. But a nice pair. Congratulations, guys.
We're now showing Class 7 junior heifer calves with 2 entries.
Well, again, just a little bit of give and take as you debate this pair of females. The heifer we're going to start with up front, I think it's just skeletal quality and how she's designed out of her hips what sets her apart. I like that female in terms of one who's just got a little more body to her. She's a little more maternal in the sweep to her underline. She's one that I appreciate just in terms of quality when you set this one in motion. Now, for me, we need to change the foot shape on that gal. She's way shallow heeled, fore and rear, and we'd just like to change the foot on her a bit for me. But that's a nice female. It's got a cool look to her. I appreciate the muscularity in the heifer that's going to come second. She's one that really has some shape when you get into her, lean-made kind of a female. Again, attractive enough in her front end when you get into that one. Skeletally, I'd just like to change her just a little bit in terms of the angles on both ends of her skeleton. I'd like to loosen her and her spine just a little bit in terms of motion. Quality pair, ladies. Congratulations.
Results from Class 7 junior heifer calves. First and First Kentucky goes to the Day Farms of Manitou, Kentucky, and second to Davy Thompson of Campbellsville, Kentucky. We are now showing for junior heifer calf champion.
Well, we drop in these two junior calves out here to select your junior champion female from on our Gelbvieh show, and I think a really nice pair of females. I appreciate the body shape in both these heifers extremely well. Both of them just have a tremendous middle and center rib to them. Both of them you'd change just a little bit, right on the ground as you watch them go. But I think there's one heifer out here that just in terms of extra length of neck, how she's designed out of her hip, the power that female's got, kind of sets her apart for me. My congratulations, guys. Your champion junior heifer's the young lady's heifer up front. She was a single entry, so the young lady right here will be reserved. Congratulations.
And your junior heifer calf champion in the Gelbvieh show goes to Clarabelle Bishop of Cox's Creek, Kentucky with entry number 5634. And your reserve junior heifer calf champion goes to the Day Farms of Manitou, Kentucky with entry 1619. We're now showing Class 11 early senior heifer calves. There should be 8 entries in this class. And congratulations to your premier exhibitor and premier breeder. They both go to Brianna Smith of Russell Springs, Kentucky. Congratulations to her. And just one last reminder to those Angus exhibitors, your exhibitor meeting will be in Newmarket Hall at noon today.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You set foot into this class, and I appreciate the numbers and the just extreme variation we've gotten this set out here. But I'll also be real honest with you. We don't have that one that you just say, that one's got everything. And so that's what makes this class a bit of a challenge out here. You've got tremendous variation in frame size. You've got differences in kind out here. The heifer that's going to lead out, I'll admit to you, she's too short in her stride. She needs to be longer in her step off both ends of her skeleton. But she's really the combination heifer in the class. She's attractive enough up through her front end. She's good-bodied. She just has so much more bone and foot and mass than the heifer in second. I like this heifer. I just like to lengthen her stride just a little bit for me. Heifer, it's going to come second. I love how soft-centered she is. She's an easy-doing, good-keeping, super moderate one. I like the extra angle to her shoulder in relation to the big heifer that's going to come third. My issue with her is how she handles her rear leg. She's just a little finer featured. She gets up under herself just a touch. But that young man's got him a nice heifer. Young lady's heifer's coming third, probably the longest strided one as she goes behind, and she's also the straightest out of her shoulder up front. Here's a heifer I'd like to moderate just a little bit, just in terms of kind, but I do appreciate her growth and performance. If the heifer coming out next just had a little different handle and set to that rear leg, she wins the class for me. I like how lean she is. I like her basic body composition out here. She is a heavy-boned, big-footed rascal. She just wants to tighten up in that rear flank. She just gets a little straight in her hock as she goes. But that heifer's really got some unique pieces I think could sure fit into a breeding program. Coming to the young lady's heifer, it's going to come next, a real lean-made kind of a female. I love her length of body. I love her extension. I just got to soften that one just a bit down in her flank. I got to set her more comfortable out of her knee up front. Young person's heifer coming next is another one of these really green heifers, ultra long bodied. She, for me, just needs more shape down through her lower rib. We've got to just sit her in more comfortably behind. And then we balance with the young man's heifer. Still another one of these ultra green ones that's pretty straight line. You can see the issue here. We just get a little too tight and too straight in her angles off both ends of her skeleton.
Results from Class 11, early senior heifer calves. First in First Kentucky goes to George Gribbons of Lebanon, Kentucky. Second to Lane McCall of Eminence, Kentucky. Third to Brianna Murley. Fourth to Braden Owen. 5 to Jewel Bell. 6 to Genesis Bell. And 7 to Dakota Bell. We're now showing for senior heifer calf champion.
Well, we drop in these two class winners in our senior calf division, and I think you've got two heifers that obviously are very, very divergent with respect to phenotype out here. But I think two heifers you have to appreciate. One of them, to me, just simply is stouter in terms of her feature. She's one that's more comfortable in terms of how she gets out and goes. I'd like to make her just a touch more ladylike in her look out here. But the young lady's heifer up front, she's your senior calf champion. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your senior heifer calf champion. It goes to Magnum Farm of Manitou, Kentucky with back tag 16.
Well, the young man drops in that heifer that was second to your senior calf champion. And as we commented in class, you know, that gal's really kind of got some unique pieces about her. To me, though, I think when you study them just in terms of roundness of rib and just general comfort out here in terms of movement, heifer it suits me. It's the other heifer that won her class. Congratulations, gal.
And your reserve senior heifer calf champion goes to George Gribbins of Lebanon, Kentucky with back tag number 28. We're now showing Class 15 early summer yearling heifers.
Well, just a single entry out here with this late summer female. And I think, you know, as you evaluate her at first appraisal, here is a big, massive rascal. She's got tremendous body. She's tremendously stout when you get out behind her. Appreciate the heaviness of structure in this gal, just in terms of bone and dimension. For me, I'd like to make her more ladylike through her front end. She gets just a little cresty neck. She's got plenty of condition on her, and hard for a fat man to pick on one that's a little heavy, but this one probably would benefit just from a look standpoint up front. My issue with her is she's way too straight and too short in her step off both ends. I think she's been on the concrete in Louisville a little bit too long. Nice female, sir.
And congratulations to your intermediate champion female Magnum Farm of Manitou, Kentucky with back tag number 36. We are now showing Class 18 April Junior Yearling heifers. Attention Chianina exhibitors, this is your 30-minute call. Your show is set to start at 12 o'clock today.
Really got a nice female to win the class. I think the young lady's heifer up front's one. It's just so attractive as you study her in comparison to her contemporary out here in terms of front end quality. I love the cowy middle this gal's got in her, and then still got a big hip and got some body to her. Appreciate this one set in motion just in terms of form and function out here. I think she separates herself quite handily. Young lady's heifer is going to come second. Now, that's a big high growth one, tremendously long spined. We really appreciate the extension of body. Here's one I'd just like to make a little more refined through the front third of her skeleton. I'd like to moderate that shoulder, take the crest out of the neck of that female. She's one that wants to get just a little spongy on her feet out here off of those rear pasterns, but a quality female. Congratulations, ladies.
Results from Class 18, April Junior Yearling Heifers. First in First Kentucky goes to Tillman DeRosset of Glasgow, Kentucky with bag tag number 40. And second goes to Haley Holmes of Manitou, Kentucky with bag tag number 73. We're now showing Class 19 March Junior Yearling Heifers.
Well, I think we've got a real high-quality pair of females in this particular class. I think the black heifer just dominates just in terms of the cow look she's got about her. She's softer in her spine. She's more comfortable in terms of how she gets out and moves out of her top line all the way to the ground. Love her length of body. She's so long and extended. She's tremendously long hipped. I'd set her up on her rear feet just a little bit. She's wanting to get up under herself, but I think that might be just her disposition on the lead a little bit out here. That's a really nice female. The heifer in second's one that's extremely lean and fresh as she comes. I like this gal's muscle shape extremely, extremely well. She's beautiful in terms of attractiveness of front when you get into that one. She's just a little tighter. She's just a little straighter in her bone work. I got to make that one a bit looser in terms of how she handles those rear two when you put that one in motion.
Results from Class 19, March Junior Yearling Heifers. First in First Kentucky goes to Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky, and second to Brianna Murley with back tag number 41.
Well, I'll be honest with you, challenging pair of heifers out here that are very, very distinctly different with respect to type and kind of phenotypically. I am going to use the young lady's heifer. Now, yeah, we can all see the differences that we've got out here. She's got a little too much cover on her. We got to make that one more ladylike through the front third of her. But she's so much stouter. She's a higher performing. She's a bigger one just in terms of not frame size, but just in terms of performance. Big hipped, bigger middled one. I got to lean that one up. I just got to make her more ladylike in her kind. Now, yes, the heifer in second is more ladylike. She's really straight in line. She's an attractive fronted one. But for a female of this age, we just got to put more practical production in that one. I got to soften the rib in her. I got to make her more comfortable on her rear feet behind. That's one that's got to be stoutened up.
Results from Class 20 early junior yearling heifers. First in First Kentucky to George Gribbons of Lebanon, Kentucky with back tag 44, and second to Dakota Bell of Oleton, Kentucky with back tag number 43. We're now showing Class 21 early junior yearling heifers.
Well, just a single entry out here in this January junior yearling heifer, and really unfortunate this heifer doesn't have some competition. I love her moderation, massive hip in this gal when you get out behind her. She's one of those extremely wide-based females and still has some body and rib to her. She's attractive enough as you study the front third of this one. I think just a nice kind of replacement female here.
Results from Class 21 early junior yearling heifers. First and First Kentucky goes to Clarabelle Bishop of Cox's Creek, Kentucky with back tag number 45. We're now showing for junior champion female.
Well, we drop in these 4 class winners out here in this junior yearling division, and tremendous quality all the way through this set. My congratulations to you guys. But yet I think still, even with limited numbers, we have some variation with respect to phenotype out here, and you've got to make some judgment calls. You know, I think it really kind of comes down to 2 heifers out here. One of the heifers is just super stout, and one that's just tremendously opened up, gets a little bit round shouldered, gets just a little bit more off in her hip. The other heifer's a nickel longer bodied. She's more attractive through her shoulder. One to me that's square rumped when you get into her. But I think, again, one that you just change her a little bit and how she sets on those rear feet just a little bit at times. Quality set, guys. My congratulations to you all in the Gelbvieh breed in this division. Let's give them a nice round of applause. I'll get your champion in reserve.
Congratulations to your junior champion female, Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky with back tag 42. And congratulations to your reserve junior champion female, Tillman DeRosset of Glasgow, Kentucky, with back tag number 40. This is a 10-minute call for the Chianina exhibitors. A 10-minute call. The classes are rather small in today's show, so if you could please make your way to the makeup ring.
Well, just a single entry as we start into this senior yearling division in our Gelbvieh drive, and I think here's a heifer that's tremendously long-bodied. She's super extended when you get into that one. I appreciate the fact compositionally this heifer's pretty lean, but it probably serves to her disadvantage, and she just needs more body. For a female that, here should be getting pretty close to calving here before too long, you just like to soften the flank in that one, just make her a little easier doing. But that's a big, long-bodied, attractive one, gal. Congratulations.
Results from Class 24, late senior yearling heifers, first in First Kentucky, goes to Jewel Bell of Olaton, Kentucky, with back tag number 49. We're now showing Class 25, early senior yearlings.
Well, a nice pair of these senior yearlings out here in this particular class. And obviously the heifer up front's one to me that's just a little more ladylike as you study her right through her front third. I appreciate the fact that she is a little more advanced with respect to reproduction at this point. She is one that's heavy bred out here, and she looks the part. I think that's what sets her apart for me. I think a nice female to win. Now, the young man's heifer is coming second. I do appreciate the moderation in that heifer. That is a big hip, three-dimensional female. It's got a tremendous amount of shape. I'd just like to change her just in terms of how her shoulders made up high and change the crest of the neck in that one. I'd just like to make her a touch more ladylike for me.
Results from Class 25. First in First Kentucky goes to Brianna Murley with back tag number 50, and second to Magnum Farms with back tag 52. We're now showing for Senior Champion Female.
Well, we drop in these senior yearlings, and we went ahead and brought in the other senior yearling that was second to the class-winning red female. These are the three heifers in contention out here, and I think when you get them out, it's pretty straightforward for me. Just in terms of body and shape and power for females of this age, I realize we have some issues with each of these heifers, but I think there's two that are just more cow-like for me. Young ladies heifer that won that oldest class is your senior champion, the young man's reserve. Congratulations.
And your Senior Champion Female goes to Brianna Murley with back tag number 50, and your Reserve Senior Champion Female to Magnum Farm with back tag 52. We're now showing for Grand Champion Gelbvieh Female.
Well, we drop in all these division winners in your Gelbvieh female show, and I realize that we've kind of combined the pures and the percentages, and so that kind of makes it a little odd out here in terms of kinds, perhaps. But I sure like this set of heifers. I think as they come out of their respective divisions, females that have some quality to them, both skeletally and performance-wise. To me, it kind of comes down to when you sort this set, there's a couple of heifers in this particular drive that are just more ladylike in their look. They're more refined about their shoulder. They're more acceptable in terms of just how they're designed out of their hip. And they're still fresh enough when you get them out here. There's some differences structurally in the set, and I don't know that we just have that one. It's just dead 12 o'clock in terms of how they track. But but they're all functional, and I think that separates pretty nice for me. Champion heifer, I think, is the most unique one out here with respect to just body length and feminine design. Certainly a quality set. My congratulations to the Gelbvieh female exhibitors. Guys, let's give them a nice round of applause. We'll get your champion female.
We'll go ahead and get started with your Kianina show with the Class 2 cow-calf pair, back tag number 03. Enter the ring. And congratulations to your grand champion, Gelbvieh female, goes to Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky, with HILC Blackbird 500L. And your reserve grand champion, Gelbvieh female, goes to Tillman DeRosset of Glasgow, Kentucky, with PMFG She's a Lady 304L.
Just a single entry out here with our March Bull calf, and I think one that's got some quality to him. This guy's really square from the hip to the ground when you get out behind him. He's got a big hip laid in him. He's sure attractive enough in his kind. It's going to be fun to watch this guy go ahead and mature as he continues to grow. Nice bull calf, young lady. Congratulations.
Results from Class 30 Junior Bull Calves. First and First Kentucky goes to Jewel Bell of Oleton, Kentucky, with back tag number 60.
Good way to start off our Kianina show here with the cow-calf pair. The young man told me that's a 2015 cow, and she has held herself together, good-footed, good-legged, and a very good udder. And the little calf, she's doing a great job, and you're going to be our champion cow-calf pair.
Results from your Kianina show. Your champion cow-calf pair goes to Sawyer Eastridge of Tazewell, Indiana, with WCC Cowgirl 455C. We're now showing Class 6 Junior Heifer calves with 2 entries. And sorting our Kianina show today, we have Jill Miller from the Talmo Ranch in Talmo, Georgia. Would we go ahead and give her a round of applause, please?
We're going to start this heifer class off with a little black heifer. She's going to start the class. She's just put together a little better. She's getting around the ring a lot nicer than the heifer in second. She's put together. She walks good. She's got all of her feet going the right direction. She's got a lot of style and eye appeal, and I like her condition. The heifer in second, just not wanting to fight the halter, so that kind of don't help her today. But she's got it together. She needs a little more time, a little more feed, but this young man's got a nice calf and a lot of good days in front of it.
And your junior heifer calf champion in the Chianina division goes to Valley Vista Farms of Scottsburg, Indiana, with back tag number 7. And your reserve champion, as well as Kentucky champion in that division, goes to Ella Diehouse of Broadhead, Kentucky, with back tag 6.
Well, really an intriguing set of bulls in this class, and I think all three of these individuals have some quality about them. You just kind of got to figure where you want to put your selection pressure. Young lady's bull that's going to win the class, for me, wins easy because skeletally he dominates the class. He is the best footed. He's the freest moving one. You watch him go away, and that guy's phenomenal in terms of base width on the ground. You study him from a muscle perspective. This guy is big-topped. He's got a tremendous hip in him. He is just better in his flank and softer in his center and forerib than the bull that's going to come second. The bull in second's an intriguing one. To me, he's kind of at that age in his life where he's going through what we call the teenage blues. He's gotten PC looking out here at this point. That guy is phenomenal in terms of look and quality through his front end. Super shapely when you get on top of him. I love his length of body. Now, he's a nickel finer boned. When you get underneath him, you'd stouten the bone work in that guy. I'd like to set that tail head down in him just a little bit for me. But his kind and front end quality is kind of what gets him around the bull in third. The bull in third's still a good one. I like this guy in terms of one who's got some bone. He's a good ribbed bull that's got some shape to him. He's got a big hip in him. He's one that wants to get up under himself just a little bit more when you set him in motion. He gets just a little coarser right through his shoulder. But a trio of bulls that are just very different, all of them having quality on the top end. Congratulations.
We got a good showman out here today. She's having a little tough time, but she's got it. Well, she had it. But she did a great job. She likes showing. Her heifer can use a little more competition, and we'll bring her back in.
Results from Class 31 Junior Bull Calves. First in First Kentucky goes to Tillman DeRossa of Glasgow, Kentucky, with back tag number 63. Second to George Gribbins of Lebanon, Kentucky, back tag number 64. And third, Magnum Farm, back tag number 61. And in your Chianina show, your senior heifer calf champion goes to Drew Diehouse of Broadhead, Kentucky, with back tag number 10.
Well, a real nice pair of bulls over in our Gelbvieh Drive and in this junior calf division, and I think both of them have some quality to them. I think as you study them, though, one of these bulls just dominates in terms of masculinity, in terms of the natural shape he's got coming out of the backside of his shoulder. I love this guy when I get right behind him and watch him go away. Junior bull calf champion, young lady out of the second class. Congratulations.
And your junior bull calf champion goes to Tillman DeRossa of Glasgow, Kentucky, with back tag number 63. And we're now showing Class 15 early summer yearling heifers in the Chianina show with one entry.
Another single entry in this class over here. Got a good heifer, nice fronted, good sound moving female. You know, if you're going to get real picky, which you can't with this kind of animal, she's going to make a heck of a cow for this young man. Just like to stretch her out through that front end, maybe just a little, but that's getting picky. We'll just bring her back with a little more competition.
Well, we drop in that second place bull to your junior champion, and as we commented in class, this guy's so attractive fronted when you get into him. And I think still both nice bulls, both of them, you'd fix them up from the ground up just a little bit, but that other second place bull's reserve. Congratulations.
And your reserve junior bull calf champion goes to George Gribbins of Lebanon, Kentucky with back tag number 64. On the Chianina side, your champion intermediate heifer goes to Drew Diehouse of Broadhead, Kentucky with back tag 13. We're now showing class number 18, April Junior Yearling Heifers.
We kind of stepped it up a notch in this class. Got a really nice red heifer, fitted to the tees, good showman. She walks good, she's put together good, she puts all of her parts and pieces together. We'll just have to wait and see what she does when she comes back.
Results from class 18. First goes to Avea Ennis of Martinsville, Indiana with back tag number 16. We're now showing class 20, early junior yearling heifers with one entry.
Well, I tell you, just a single entry over here in this summer yearling bull class, but one that could sure stand some competition. That is a manly rascal just in terms of being huge topped and big hipped. You like this guy in terms of one who's still got a nice rib shape to him. I'd like to pull his neck out of him just a little bit when you get him out here, but this guy still is quite well balanced. Maybe like to just free him up and he's step behind just from an angle to his hot deal, but I think a quality individual.
And your intermediate champion Gelbvieh bull goes to Brianna Murley with back tag number 70.
Once again, we got another single entry over here on the Chianina side. Another nice, really red heifer, starting to make an udder, which is a very good thing to make a nice cow for this lady. She's in very good condition. She don't want to stand really good today. She moves around the ring quite well, and we'll just wait and see what she does when she comes back with some competition.
Results from class 20, early junior yearling heifers. First in First Kentucky goes to Cheyenne Kaiser of Morning View, Kentucky with back tag 17. We're now showing for your junior division champion female.
Well, really, an extremely intriguing bull out here in our March drive. I think one that you love in terms of length of body, super extended rascal. Compositionally, he's one that you appreciate the leanness and freshness in. He's a bull that I think you have to love in terms of just how he's designed in terms of that extra length of front when you get into this guy. I'd like to balance these testicles just a little bit out here, and that may just be a fluke deal with him, but sure a quality bull to come out of this class.
Results from class 43, March junior yearling bulls. First in First Kentucky goes to Braden Owen of Princeton, Kentucky with back tag number 74. He will also be your junior division champion bull.
In our division over here on the Chianina side, we got two heifers that are very, very, very close in type and kind. We got a little bit of age difference, but not a lot. We got one that's got a little more hair on her than the others. They're both very sound. They're both very deep-bodied, good spring of rib. One's a little cleaner fronted than the other, got a little more femininity to her, and that's where I'm going to go today. So I'm going to have that. You're going to be the champion, and you'll be reserved.
Well, just a single entry with this senior yearling bull out here. And again, a bull that could stand some competition out here. This he's one that's really, really good in terms of tremendous shape when you get into this guy. You love this one in terms of his tremendous length of body, how he holds his top line together at this weight and this mass. Extremely good. I think one that's going to be a super, super competitive one. He's one that's really got a tremendous kind but still moderate, and that's what I appreciate about him. Maybe gets just a nickel straight hop behind, but he moves okay from that standpoint. Nice individual, gal. Congratulations.
And your junior division champion female goes to Avea Ennis of Martinsville, Indiana with back tag 16, and reserved to Cheyenne Kaiser of Morningview, Kentucky with back tag 17, and she will be your Kentucky Grand Champion. Your champion senior yearling bull on the Gelbvieh show goes to George Gribbons of Lebanon, Kentucky with back tag number 54. We're now showing for champion Gelbvieh bull in the east ring and champion Chianina female on the west ring.
Well, our Chianina female show was a little low on numbers, but we got quite a nice set of females out here now. We got basically two different types and kinds. When you have all these individual classes, that's kind of what we end up with. You know, your first heifer up, your calf out here and your heifer here on the other end are both more of a show type. Good cow prospects, but you know, they got the hair, they got the bone, they got the style compared to the two in middle, which there's nothing wrong with them, but they're just a little more, less hair, a little plainer. But they're going to make whale of cows for both of those kids, or all four of them will. It's going to be, it's a little tough decision right now because of the way I breed cattle and what we raise, but right now I'm going to go with my gut and what I think is the best out here today, and that red heifer is going to be your champion.
And your grand champion, Chianina female, goes to Avea Ennis of Martinsville, Indiana, with EGL Sultry Charleston Girl.
Well, over in the Gelbvieh ring, we set into this set of bulls to select your champion from, and I tell you, I'm super pleased with them. That's a nice quad quartet of bulls out here, just in terms of the pieces they offer. Each one of them has a little thing you'd maybe tweak on them just a little bit. You know, the bull calf's one I think that's really intriguing. Maybe like to change his jawline just a little bit, just from a silhouette perspective. But I think that guy's really a really nice one out here in this drive. That Summer Bull's a big rascal now. He's a tremendous performance in him. He just looks like a beef bull, and that's what you have to appreciate about that guy. For me, as a show bull, I mean, as you look at him out here, he does get a nickel straighter in his shoulder. And that's part of the reason his neck sits a little shorter in him. But he's so massive when you get behind him. He's good ribbed. I think an intriguing rascal. That junior yearling, probably one of the leaner ones out here. That guy's really, really intriguing when you get him propped up and get him on profile. One that does get just a little more tangled up as he goes behind, but I think one that's still a very athletic made bull that's got really an attractive front end in him. I'd open his forerib in that guy just a little bit, but I think an intriguing rascal. Then you get into the senior yearling. He's the most massive one, as he should be at his age. I love that guy in terms of how he holds his spine together, in terms of straightness of lines. Set him in motion and he gets pretty short in his stride. I'd like to lengthen his step. There's no doubt about that. But he's a big rib, big backed one that's got a tremendous amount of power. So where do you go in this deal? Well, you really can't make a mistake out here. All these bulls have some pieces you like, things that could work into a breeding program, and my compliments to you breeders for bringing out a set like this. A lot of times you get into a Gelbvieh show, and sometimes the bulls you're just not happy with, and this set's nice. They just got a good look to them. To me, I've always been this way. I guess it's my Simmental background. They got to be able to move. They got to be sound. And when you put that together, it becomes real straightforward. The soundest bull in the ring, the best angle to his shoulder, the best hip and hind leg is the bull calf. He's your champion. Congratulations.
Over here on the Chianina side, I'm going to pick your reserve champion, and I'm going to keep that pair together with that red heifer.
And your reserve grand champion, Chianina female, as well as your Kentucky champion, goes to Cheyenne Kaiser of Morningview, Kentucky, with JSUL H/F Houdat 347 LET. And your grand champion, Gelbvieh Bull, as well as your Kentucky champion, goes to Tillman Drossett of Glasgow, Kentucky, with PMFG 453M.
Well, we drop in that second place, or the reserve junior champion bull, and he takes nothing away from the group. Again, I think maybe the most extreme fronted one we've got out here, and you have to appreciate that. Again, you got to make some judgment calls to what you want. There's another bull out here that I just love in terms of profile. I love in terms of just the length of body and balance in this guy. He is way the more extended one in terms of his stride out here when you get him out here. Your reserve champion bull's the junior yearling. Congratulations.
And your reserve grand champion bull goes to Braden Owen of Princeton, Kentucky, with Rumfeld's Mr. Roadhouse ET. And that concludes the Gelbvieh Show.